What is going on, fools of YouTube? You got AJayPay. This is another Pokemon Showdown we play battle. Today I'm gonna be using the team building team that I used. One link of a video will be down below of how I built this team, and also another link will be down below of a live that I used with this team on Pokebattle. Basically, looking at this guy's team, I know the gimmick of this guy's team, as he told me he was testing this team out. Pretty much he wants to sweep with that Excadrill with his Sand Rush ability. If you don't know what Sand Rush does, Sand Rush is basically, if you have the Sandstorm up and you have that Pokemon in, it has double the speed. Basically, I'll outspeed everything on my team because I don't have a Choice Scarfer on this team. He has two Pokemon who are Sandstorm Inducers with his Tyranitar and Hippowdon, so he's going to take advantage of that, and he's basically going to try to Willow me down with all of his other Pokemon and then have Excadrill late game sweep me. So that's basically his win condition, and Skarmory is also going to be a problem if I don't keep Rotom alive or Clefable for it. Latios can hit it hard as well with the Surf, and I have Infernape too, but regardless, Skarmory is still going to be a problem because it's going to be hard to get those Pokemon in. And my two main players of this team are probably going to be my Rotom, especially my Rotom, and my Scizor. Now, my Rotom is actually physically defensive, and my Scizor is a Mega Scizor, but full special defensive and max HP as well. So it can basically take on the Aegislash, which is the problem as well on my team. But I have, like I said, Mega Scizor. So we're just going to start the battle right now. As he's going to lead off a Tyranitar, I'm going to lead off with my Rotom. No brick, no problem. Because there's no brick, so there's no problem. Just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp because nothing on his team would really appreciate the Will-O-Wisp. Luckily, I get the Aegislash, so the residual damage on it is nice. And I'm seeing that this team is most likely a special attacking one because that's usually what they run most of the time. So I go into my Scizor, my Senpai, because Senpai knows how to take these special hits, especially that Shadow Ball, even without the Ghost Resist anymore. It still takes it fairly well. And with Mega Scizor's newfound bulk, it can actually take hits fairly well instead of easily. He switches out the Tyranitar as I roosted because I thought he was going to King Shield. So now, pretty much I have physically defensive Rotom in against this Tyranitar as he Dragon Dances. I can take that +1 Dragon Dance Crunch very well, and I can burn him as well. So now basically this Tyranitar is really crippled, but I still don't want to take a hit from it because I got a minus defense drop on it from the crunch. So I'm just going to go to Scizor because, like I said, with its newfound bulk, it can take hits fairly well. As you can see there, it took the hit very, very well. Now, I thought here he's going to switch out, predicting my Bullet Punch and switch into like Aegislash or Skarmory. So that's why I went for the Roost instead of the Bullet Punch. But now I'm just going to go for the Bullet Punch because it looked like he's intent of staying in as he does get the defense drop. That's fine and all. I just go for the obvious Bullet Punch again because I thought he was going to stay in again. But I guess he did want to keep it alive because he needs a Sand Inducer still for the Excadrill. And he still wants 2 in general. Just going to go back to Rotom because it's a big threat on his team. And nothing on his team really, really wants to take a Hydro Pump. Not even this Aegislash, even though it takes it fairly well because if it's in this defensive form. It's still getting slowly whittled down to the point where it's kind of useless and I can kill it soon. Just going to go over the Volt Switch here because I know, like I said, he's a special attacking one. He doesn't have Shadow Sneak. Going to go into my Scizor again, special defensive. Takes that Shadow Ball really, really well now that it's a Mega Scizor. And I thought he was going to King Shield. That's why I went for the Roost. If he did attack me, I would have definitely died to him. But luckily he switched out to Skarmory instead. Just going to go for a knockoff here, just to knock off his leftover so that way he won't get his 30 back. And he's setting up his hazards a lot, and that's a problem to me. Especially since my only game plan at this point, now that Rotom is weak to that point where Excadrill can take me out, is to get rid of these hazards and hopefully have Infernape with his Sash attack to take it out. He roars me out to my Rotom now with his Hippowdon, and I just take him out the Hydro Pump because nothing on his team wants to take the Hydro Pump, which is good. But now he gets switched into Excadrill, and the Nightmare is starting to kind of begin, and I have to let my Rotom die, even though it's such a big threat to his team because it's kind of useless at this point. Nothing really wants to take a hit from it. I go to Mega Scizor because I know Senpai can take at least 1 hit from it. Just going to go for the knockoff here. The knockoff Excadrill's item, but unfortunately he switched out to Skarmory. But now I'm going to put that plan into action. I'm going to go to Latios and defog these hazards out. And I was thinking he can't really do anything to me in general, and I can do more to him. So he can't really do anything to me, and I can just force him out eventually. But he can actually force me out because he's toxic to me. So now I'm forced to switch into Scizor because I thought he's going to set up some more hazards. And I was thinking maybe he might not have Whirlwind. I could set up in his face, but he switches out to Aegislash. And Aegislash goes for the obvious King Shield, which I predicted again. This time I just go for the Sword Dance rather than going for the kill. He goes for the second King Shield. I hit him with a Bullet Punch, knock him out. I should have set up another Sword Dance, but you know, it won't really matter here as you're going to see later. He switches out to Tyranitar just to get the stand up, and I thought it would make sense if he switched back out to Excadrill, but he switched out to Skarm. I don't know why. So I'm just going to go over knockoff, see how much it does. It doesn't do anything. I'm like, oh, he's setting up hazards. Oh boy. Just going to go set up for another Sword Dance here. So far, it looks like he doesn't have Whirlwind. Yeah, we already know that because probably his last move was Brave Bird. as a +6 whirlwind, +6 attack knockoff doesn't do more than 50%, so he can basically just stall me out with the roost, which is an extremely big problem. So I'm going to switch out to my Clefable because, one, I'm not affected to these spikes because of Magic Guard. Just going to go for Flamethrower here, get some nice damage off. And he makes a big mistake here switching out to Excadrill because he's thinking I was going to go for Thunderbolt. That's why he switched to Excadrill, but unfortunately he's wrong and makes a big mistake. And now basically he lost his big win condition, which is a problem. But he can still win. He decides to switch out to Tyranitar, only get to stand up for this Landorus so that way he can get Sand Force and knock me out. But this Landorus is now weakened to the point where I can just kill it with anything. So that's kind of a problem that he did. Just going to go over knockoff here. I wanted to actually Sword Dance, but the cancel button did not work. Because as you can see here, I'm able to get to at least +2 and live this Brave Bird. And you're going to see from this +2 knockoff from this Life Orb Rebound, it does a major amount of damage. If I was at +4, I definitely would have killed it. But the cancel button didn't work, and he makes a good play in Reese's, knowing full well that I'm going to die this turn. And now pretty much I can just go into Latios, because I forgot that Latios is pretty strong, especially with the Life Orb. And I have Surf, which I forgot. I didn't really expect it to do more than 56% on the Scarm, but it did. And luckily enough for me, I'm basically able to sweep his team, so I'm able to knock out the Tyranitar, and the Landorus is pretty much just going to die to a Surf. And that's going to be a 3-0 victory on my part, so I didn't actually really need Inferno to have his Sash Attack to take out the Excadrill because he made a mistake. But if he did not make that mistake with the Excadrill, this would have been a really, really hard battle for me to win. In fact, he probably may have even won. And it may have even been a 1-0 victory on my part. Who knows? But regardless, still a very, very good game. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter as well. Links will be down in the description below. And that about does it for me. So like if you like, comment if you like, and subscribe if you like. And I'll see you guys on the next one.